object-oriented ALV using the normal classes like CLGUI, ALV grid, CLGUI, ALV container, etc. etc. So agenda for today's session is how we can remove some of the standard tool which is displaying on the output of ALV. I will show you what I mean from the standard tool. How to display the push button on the cell in OOPS ALV, and how to set the color, and how we can make the hotspot on the cell. All these things we are going to discuss in detail, but before going ahead, let's have a quick recap what we have started with yesterday. Yesterday we have started with the object oriented ALV. We have created one program to display some sample data from the MARA table using CLGUI ALV grid and CLGUI custom container. We saw that first we created a screen. In that screen, we created a custom container. We gave the name for that custom container, then created the object of that custom container, and then after we created the object of CLGUI ALV grid by passing the reference of custom container object, and then we displayed the data. Event handling part also we have seen, and we were facing some issue. Let me share why we were facing the issue and what we have to do the adjustment in the coding and what extra stuff we have to write in order to not get that particular problem. So okay, so now let's go and see. So this is what yesterday we have created the program. So just go to AC38. I'm trying to go into AC38, and this is the yesterday one program. Okay. Looks like bit slow the system today. And now let me run it, and I will show you first what we were facing the issue. Okay. So when we were clicking over here 111, it was displaying properly, right? Let's go back, and when we are clicking on 19, still it is showing the 111. Okay. But one thing you can observe, if I click on this particular detail button, it is showing the 19, right? Here it is showing correctly, but here it is not showing correctly. Getting the point? Now, let's suppose here I'm going to double click. Still it is showing 111. But if you click on this detail button, you can see. So on detail button, when we are clicking, it is displaying correctly, but here it is not showing correctly. So the problem behind this is container is not properly getting refreshed. Okay, so what actually we have to do, we can correct this problem in two ways. Okay, one thing is that we can refresh the container memory. Okay, so how we can refresh the container memory, and another thing also I will let you know the simple solution. So go into the change mode, and here we are creating the container object, right? So before creating the container object, what we can do that we can, if the container object is already created, so you can write here, if lo underscore cont2 is bound means already created, or some people write is not initial. This will also work, but better you write bound. Bound is the object oriented way of identifying if an object is allocated in memory. Okay, so if some object is created, this is what we are supposed to write. So it is similar to not initial, not exactly, but something like that also. Means instead of is bound, if you write is not initial, then also you can achieve your goal. Okay, so if object of LOCONT is already created, then free the memory, okay, of the container. So it is having one method, control space and free. This particular method, we have to, you know, use this. And if you want, you can enable the exception and you can handle the exception, which is the good practice. Okay, so just I'm doing like this, pt printer, and now other thing, let it be like that only. Check the syntax, activate this one, and now let's go and try the same thing. Press F8 and come over here, double click on triple one. Now it's triple one. The first time, every time it's working fine, right? Now if you double click on this 19, let us see, now it's working fine. You can see that it's working fine. Here 12, now it's working fine. 1, now it's working when there are 2 plants, that's why it is showing the 2. So this is one stuff we need to enhance. We have to write this code. This method is important basically. Okay, this method is important. Another way, if you don't want to use this method, comment this. What you have to do, that you have to check if LOCONT2 is already created. Okay, so copy this one and here you can write that here you write better. It's already written basically. Here we have already written. Right over here, LOCON2 is not bound. If it is not bound, then only go and create. Else, you know, else what you have to do, that you have to put it else over here. Here you put the else. Remove this, all these things is not required. Okay, this exporting parameter, this is also not required. So better actually to do the comment instead of deleting. It's always better to do the comment, but I want to make it little clean the code so that you can understand better. But in your real-time scenario, try doing commenting instead of deleting. You can see that somewhere I'm deleting. It's not a good practice of deleting the code. You comment it so that tomorrow if you require, you will be easily able to get it. However, you are having the version management, right? From there also you can retrieve your code. Okay, just removing this, so code will look a little cleaner. Okay, and one thing also I will make little more clean, so you will understand it better. Exception part I'm going to remove it from here. Okay, but in real-time scenario, try using this exception and handling this exception, just removing this exception, so that you can understand that what actually the thing is doing. Okay, but in real time, don't remove this exception, handle this exception. This is the good practice. So see, if I remove all these things, you will understand what exactly we are doing. Put the full stop, and here also it is not required. Okay, so what we are doing basically, this also I'm going to remove it. So see here, I'm getting the data from the Marcy table, putting into the internal table, right? in the PBO of that screen. So whenever you create a screen, it gets created with the 4 events, right? PAI, PBO, POH, and POV. PAI and PBO is the important one. Inside the PBO, we are just putting the select query. If the data found, then only we are supposed to display, right? So for this, if I'm going to put end if, one more end if. So for this, if this end if, right? And then I'm just checking if the container, this particular container is already created. If it is already created, then in that case, simply you go and refresh the grid object. Okay, simply you have to come over here and refresh this, it will work. Okay, so let me show you that it's going to work. So in the code, I didn't do anything changes, just I removed the exception, okay, and the exception handling part, because that was optional. However, that is the good practice we are supposed to do. But just to make the code clean so that you can understand in a better way, I have removed that. Okay. Is it fine for everyone? Are you able to understand this code over here? What we are doing? Simple, right? We are creating the container object, then we are creating the grid object, and then we are just displaying the data, right? Simple. Is it fine for you? You are able to understand, right? Good. Just save it, check the syntax, and activate this one. So this also, if you do like this, then also that problem will be sorted out, because every time you are not creating the container object. If you create every time container object, then you will have to free the buffer, okay, using the free method, right? Otherwise, you just put the condition so that you will not be able to create every time container object. Now let's go and see people one, right? Coming, and 19. Now also 19 is coming properly, correct? 12 is also coming properly. So what you understood? There are 2 ways of not getting that particular problem which we are which we were getting yesterday, right? The data was not properly refreshed. So this is one way. If container object is already created, don't do anything, just refresh the grid object. That's it. If it is not created, then you first go and create the container object as usual, create the reference of grid class, and then here, we are creating, and here we are displaying. You can see the set table for first display. So this is what we have, and hope you now understood what I have done, right? It's working fine. And in the same way, 600, this is for the 600, right? And this is for the 500. So for the 500 also, you could have done in the same way. So if the container object is already created, see here exception, this is the good coding basically, right? So here you just come LOCONT is bound, right? So if it is not bound, then you come over here, create the object, then display the object, or then you go into the else section over here, right? So, and then you have to control V, and now this is not required. Okay, so what I did basically over here, let's see. If container object is bound, then go here, just this is okay, this is fine, this is if, and just I'm going to put here end if, and this will be under else section. All right, if end if looks good. Okay, So pretty printer, now it looks fine. Okay, so what I did in the same way, if container object is not created, is not bound means initial. Okay, is not bound means initial, then this free is not required now. Okay, so either you can use free or you can use like this. If it is not bound means not created, then create the container object, then create the grid object and display the data. So this else should be here. Okay. Where is the refresh? Refresh should be there, right? Else and LO underscore grid and that refresh one. Refresh table display. Okay. That's it. This much only you'll have to do. If already container object is created, just refresh table display. Fine. So activate this one, and now it's okay. So this is how you are supposed to do. So in 500, you were not facing the issue because it was displaying very first time, right? But in 600, which is the first layer of our interactive report, here every time it was creating the container object because this condition I had not put, it we are giving the problem. So either you put this condition, or if you want to create the container object every time, free the, you have to free the buffer. And how to free the buffer? lo underscore cont to the free method. Okay, this is what you have to use. Is it clear for everyone? Fine, just you write capital Y if it is clear for everyone. Thank you for confirmation. Any question if you have, you can just put here in the chat box, or at the end of the session we will be discussing, because there is a probability that if you ask the question, maybe we are having still 1 hour to go, right? I will cover your question here in the session itself. So better you can ask at the end of the session if I don't cover your question. Okay. Now going to copy the same program. Okay. And I will make the 17. Click on this copy button, click on this copy, and come over here and click on this save, click on this OK. Now go into the change mode. The first agenda of today's session, to remove the standard tool. What actually I'm trying to tell about the standard tool over here. Will it work it properly? This particular report, if I run, will it display the data? What do you think? Yes, Santosh, we still use ALV in New HANA, or see, Cloud BTP platform is the cloud platform, right? There it is not required the ALB, but if you have the S4 HANA system, ALV still you can use in the backend, right? Because in all the organization, we don't have the Fury and UI5, all those things, right? In backend, still ALV is very powerful, right? So it is not so straightforward that all the traditional feature will go so soon, right? It will take time, and it is people are habituated of using this one, right? If you know that many people are using cycle also, though the motorcycle, car and aeroplane, everything has come in the current ways, right? So all these things are having their own relevance, right? People are walking also, though the cycle came, but still people are walking, right? Because the walking is having their own importance, right? Cycling is having their own importance, motorcycle is having their own importance, plane is having their own importance. Similarly, this ALV is having its own importance, and it is not, it will be like in backend. If you have to do the beautiful programming in SAP layer, how we will do? ALV is the way, right? Reporting, for the reporting, ALV is the way. So it's not going to go anywhere, at least in a near 10 years, right? Fine. So now the question is, if I run this, I simply copied from there to here. Will it work? What do you think? Just write Y or N. Very good. Prabhakar is telling N, Lakshmi is telling Y, Eric is telling Y. Let's see what it's going to happen. And Prabhakar, can you tell if N, then Y? If it is not, then Y. Here the answer. A screen does not exist. I copied the program, but a screen we have created for that particular program, right? If you remember 500 and 600. So here also we have to create the screen. Here also we have to create the GUI status, right? So let's go quickly create a screen. Go to the 600 and 500. Everywhere we have to create the screen. And we have to give the same container name which we have given over there, right? Because the container name should match. So just give the name of the container. What's the name of the container? I don't remember. I have to go and we have to take it from here. So for the 500, for 600 we are doing, right? C is for the 600. Plant underscore C is the container name for 600. Let me note it down. Plant underscore C. And for 500, the container name is what? CONT underscore ALV. Okay, good. Now let's go to the 600 once again and go to the layout. And here we can give this plant underscore C because this is we are getting for 600. Just save it. Go to the flow logic, save it and activate it. All right. And this also you will have to take care, right? This PBO stuff, because what will happen that yeah, PBO, I think that is fine because the name is same, module status 600 and all. So just you have to uncomment it and it will work. Okay. So just save it. Other thing is fine. Similarly, go and create for the 500. Make sure that it should be activated. That 600 screen which we have created, it should be activated. So it is in inactive state. Let's activate this one. Got activated. And the 500 now. Double click on this 500. Click on this. This is your main screen. Click on this layout. And what's the name? It is cont underscore ALV. So if you are copying the program, these are some these are something you will have to take care. Flow logic, just save it and uncomment this one. Okay. And now it looks good. Now it looks good. And GUI status also, you have to create this GUI status, right? So either you create it over here or you can create the previous program GUI status. So off program, there is a syntax called off program. So I'm just going to use the GUI status of the previous program, right? So you can use like the GUI status of the previous program and it will work. Check it. Some problem is there. It's telling off program. This is unknown. Why? It's there, right? Let's see the previous program name. The same it was, right? 13038. It's there. This program is there. We are just giving like this ZO ABAP demo 16. It looks good. We have to put into We have to make it capital and put into the single quotes. Okay, I've just put into the single quote. Pretty printed, check the syntax now, and it's fine. Activate this one, and let's see. It should display the data, right? 500 we have activated or not? 500. Let's go and check. 600 we have activated, but for the 500, I have little doubt. Double click on this. Yeah, it's active. So just run this one, and it's displaying the data now, right? And if you double click over here, this also working fine, right? This also working fine. Now, what actually I want to do, right? What's the second agenda? I want to remove some of the standard field from here. For example, let's suppose if you want to remove this print field from here. So for this purpose, what you have to do that you have to you know, declare one work area and one internal table, and that you have to pass when you are displaying this data. Okay, so if you double click on this particular method here, you will see the different parameter. Just have a look on the parameter. Okay, buffer active, bypass buffer, consistency check, structure name. We have seen how to use this. If you want to enable the save, default, layout, print, IT special groups, toolbar excluding. So this is what I was talking about. So if you want to exclude some toolbar, this particular parameter you can use. Okay, IT toolbar excluding. So copy this, just go back and declare this. Okay, so maybe here before this I'm just going to declare. So data IT toolbar excluding. So you can give your own name. Maybe you can give the LT toolbar excluding, type this one. So one internal table you have to declare, and then you have to declare one, work area. So type like line of, just give like line of this internal table. And this particular should be what? This should be table type, right? This should be table type. If double click over here, click on this yes button, you can see that it's the table type, right? A standard table type. That's why this is going to become your internal table, right? And this is what you have, the work area. Now, what I want to, remove that particular what, control space print button, or similarly you can remove, there are so many buttons over there. So what I want to remove those button. So for that purpose, what you have to do, this work area value, you have to give with the value of the print. Okay, so from where we will get the value of the print? You can go into the class CLGUI ALV grid. This class we can go double click on this class, because we want to exclude. So that value we would require, so that the system can understand, okay, we want to exclude. So how the system will identify what is the print, right? What is the print value? So just go to the attribute, come over here and search for the print. So you can see that MCFC print, right? MCFC print, and associated type UI underscore func, This is the structure, right? Description, print, and this is the value. Okay, so this value we will pass into that particular internal table, this value. So either you pass this value or you pass this and equal, greater than sign, right? The column selector, the static method selector, right? That particular symbol and give this particular attribute, right? Or you give this hard coded value. So, but always better to give the value like this, not the hard coded value. So go into the change mode. This is the 16 number program. I have to deal with the 17 number program, right? So copy this, just go back, and here state, what's the attribute? FC underscore, it was print something like MC, because that's the global attributes. So how in SAP standard you will see everything will be starting with M in the attribute section. Okay, so if something is started with M, that means you have to understand it is the attribute. So MC underscore FC underscore print, full stop, and append this work area WA underscore toolbar X to this particular internal table. Okay, so print will be now gone. Print button will be now gone. But this data also will have to pass it over here, that in the excluding one. All right. So what it was, I underscore, we have to go and check it. Okay. That parameter. Set table for first display. Go to the parameter, and here this is IT underscore toolbar excluding, or you can control space IT underscore toolbar. This is here, right? Just select this. Equals to, this is the internal table we have to pass, right? This is what we are preparing. So pass it over here. That's it. Tip enter. And now if you run this, you will realize that particular print button is now gone, right? So press F8, and are you able to see any print button now? There is no print button now, right? Correct. Again, if you want to remove this filter, so for the filter, you have to identify the constant value, right? So you can come and you can go to the method and you can search for the filter. So MCFC delete filter. Okay. Copy this one and you can go over here and copy this, paste it over here, full stop, and append this. So whatever you want to, delete, just get their value from there, right? Like this. It's better to get like this, or else you can directly copy this value and you can hard code. Hard coding is not good practice, right? As an ABAPer, like this we are not supposed to use. However, if you use, it will work. But let's suppose tomorrow this value is going to be changed by SAP, right? So if you are using this and this particular attribute of this ALV in this way, right? So whatever they are going to change automatically come into effect. So that's the benefit, that's the basic idea behind that we are supposed to use like this. Okay, activate this one, and this time you will see that the filter should be also gone. This is our expectation. Let's go and see. Okay, it's not gone. Set filter is not gone. I think this is for some different purposes. This is for delete filter or something like that. Okay, So this is not for the one which we are thinking. Okay, choose detail, MC detail. So this is what the detail button. We are sure that this is for detail button. So this should be removed. If we just use this Control V, MC detail, that should be gone. Activate this one, activate this, and press F8. You can see that the detail button is now gone. So like that, you can remove the button. This is one agenda of our today's session we completed, right? Okay, now let's go and see how we can display a push button in Oops ALV. There are two ways of doing so. Push button. Okay, one using the field catalog and another using the layout option. Okay, so let me show you both the way. So what we want to do, we want to display the button as a push button. Okay, so that the people will understand, okay, where they have to click. So go to the field catalog where you are preparing, right? And let's suppose on this material, on the very first report we want to do, okay, this material type and material group, I want to display this as a push button. So you can come over here, WA_FC hyphen. It's simple to display a complete field as a push button. Here you will be having one option for the push button. Let's see, we have to go through the different option over here. Okay, just I'm looking for, it should be some style kind of, yeah, this is style. Basically this style we have to select it, and this style we have to pass the value for the push button. So for the value push button, again you have to come to the attribute and you have to see what is the value for the push button. Oh no, so just go into the beginning and search for the push button. Simply type push. No, this is not the one. Search with the button, event button click. No, event toolbar button click. No, not this one. Menu button. Similarly, like push button will also come. Okay, just search filter style button. This one, MC style button. So see, for button, if you want to display, you can use this one. For hotspot, you can use this one, right? There are so many. You can see that style hotspot, no, right? Disable hotspot, right? And here F4 like that if you want to display. So different option you are having for the style. See, for the style you are having the different option you can use. I'm using this for the push button. Come here and Control V, and what here you have to give before class name, right? What's the name of the class? CL GUI ALV grid, because this attribute is of this class. So I want to access this particular attribute of this class. So we are doing like this, right? You know this, I've used many times now. Check this and activate this. And this time you will see that this time our expectation is to display that particular Matner field as a push button. Press F8 and you can see that it is displaying now, right? A kind of button you are able to see over here. Is it clear? Right? And now people will think, okay, here if they double click, they will find something, right? So this is what the basic agenda over here. Now let me show some more button. Here you can see that F4 if you want to display like F4. Okay, so just copy this one, and on material type I want to display like search help. So W underscore FC hyphen style equals to control V and from here to here. Full stop, PT printer, activate this one, activate and run this one. Okay. So for material type, how you can see that now F4 is coming, right? This is what we wanted to, it's coming over here, right? This one, right? So this is how you can display the F4 like that. Okay. And if you want to handle this F4 event, that also you can do using the CLGUI ALB grid, right? How you can do, if you want to write some logic, see here you got this, right? And now when you press F4 over here, what your expectation is to display all the material type, or if you want to enable this field to get the value. Okay, let's suppose this, if you want to do, how you can do, you will be having one event over there on search help. If you go and check it, the CLGUI ALV grid events, there are a lot many events, right? So here, search for the search. See here you have on F4, okay? On F4 event you can use for that particular purpose. So you have to click, you have to define one local class. In that local class, you have to define one method handler, right? And in that method handler, you have to write the logic, how the data should be fetched and displayed to that particular, F4, right? So you have to do in this way, right? So just give a try, take this as an assignment, okay? And just give a try and let me know if you face some issue. You can take help of internet also, right? Still, if you are facing the issue, you can talk to me and I will help you to get it done. Fine. Now, let's suppose this particular push button. So the one way I have shown you, another way, let me show you the another way. See, the another way, how we can do that. Here, the field catalog we are preparing, right? And if you see that for the material, we are having this GT underscore Mara. This is the global declaration. GT underscore Mara is your global declaration. What I want to do it with another way. So for doing that, the table which you are creating, that means the internal table which you have to display the data. Okay, just try to understand what we are going to do. See here, you have the internal table data, Matner, MTART, and MATKL. This is your Matner, right? This is your MTART material type, and this is your MATKL. MATKL. So this is your material group, right? Now, what I want only for this material. Okay, I want only this particular material to be, here we want to display that particular push button, right? Using another way. So in this particular row, for this particular material, I can tell to the system that make it as a push button, make it as a push button, make it as a push button, make it as a push button. For all the row, there will be different rows, right? So on the row level, if you want to control the push button, then the other way what we can do, that we can create two more attribute. One is the cell, one attribute will be sufficient, cell style. Just you create the cell style over here. Okay, just you have to create the cell style, one attribute, and that cell style you have to populate. That's it. Okay, the cell style you have to populate. Hope you understood what I'm trying to do. So for that purpose, what I will do, I will create the structure explicitly. Okay, here it's the inline declaration. Okay, so I have to create the structure explicitly. So come over here and just focus. Why this is important? Because if you want to control that push button at the cell level, this is how you have to do. Currently what we are able to see, each and every cell of that particular field is what? Tell me. Press F8. You can see that all these value is having the push button. But let's suppose your requirement is to put only wherever the ROH is the material type, those only material you want to put as a what? Button, not for all. So another approach which we are going to follow, that will be easy for with the help of this. Okay, so let's define this types. Begin of ts underscore mara mtart matnr type matnr, then you have mtart type mtart, and then what you have, matkl type matkl, right? So now come over here, end of ts underscore mara, and cell style, you can give one what? Cell style type. This type you have to remember. Okay, this type you have to remember. How you can remember? Google. Okay, or documentation. Simply you can Google it, that how to put the cell style on a specific cell or on some specific condition in ALV. You will get the complete program. Okay, so you will have to get it from there. Okay, so cell style type LVC underscore T underscore style. This you have to remember, no other way. And if you just double click over here, click on this yes, and you can see this is a table type, right? And it is having this line type. In this line type, you are having a style, field name, a style 2, a style 3, a style 4, maximum length, and all these things is there, right? This field name and a style is important for us. Okay, so now come over here, and but you have to tell to the system that cell underscore style is one extra field which in which we are going to pass the style. So where you will tell? To this one, in the layout, right? So what I'm trying to tell, if you see this set table for first display, right? While displaying the data, here you will be having one option of layout. Okay, so you have to define this basically. Copy this one, just to go back. So I'm going to define it globally. Control V, data, GS underscore layout, type, full stop. So one layout. In this layout, GS underscore layout, if you can do the control space, here the different option will come. A style, field name, right? So I have to tell to the system that cell style is one extra field which I'm using in this. Okay, so you just put into the single quote, and that's it. This is what you will have to do. So the system will understand, okay, this extra field is for the purpose of a styling purpose. This name can be anything. Whatever name you will put, the same name you have to put it over here, so that the system will understand, okay, this particular field is for the purpose of a styling. Okay, is it clear? Are you able to understand? Is it making sense? Right? Or you are facing any issue? If it's clear, just write capital Y so that I will get the confirmation. It's fine, right? Very good. Thank you. So here GS underscore layout hyphen style F name cell style, I'll tell to the system this particular field is for the purpose of styling. Now define the GT underscore Mara. GT underscore Mara type table of TS underscore Mara, and this GT underscore Mara we will use over here. So at the rate data I'm going to inline declaration I'm going to remove. So this GT underscore Mara I'm going to use it over here so that I'll get the data, right? Now for each record, okay, for each record, so we have to set that attribute, the cell style we have to set, right? So I will show you for one attribute, okay, for one record, and then I will show you for all, okay? So in this GT underscore Mara, you will be having the 10 record. The first record I'm going to get it, okay? So read table GT underscore Mara into WA underscore Mara index 1. So first record I am getting into this work area. Now in WA underscore Mara hyphen, you have the cell style, right? So use the cell style, and in this cell style you are having the different option. In this W underscore Mara hyphen cell underscore style, and the cell underscore style we are having, you know, it was the F name, right? So but here you can see that one thing we have to be careful, right? This is your what? Internal table of type. This is the deep structure, right? So here, this is not the simple structure. This is not the nested structure. This is the deep structure, right? So this is the deep structure, and this deep structure, this is internal table basically, right? This is your internal table basically. So to fill up this internal table, first you have to create the work area, right? So first you will have to create the work area. So directly W underscore Mara will not be able to populate. What you will have to do that, create one work area to populate this cell underscore style. So WA underscore style type, what's the structure for this? Double click over here and we'll copy the structure from there. This is the structure. Copy this one, just go back, Control V, full stop. WA underscore style hyphen the field name equals to which field name? Matter I want, right? Or whatever field name. So field name, then WA underscore style hyphen and control space. This is the style. So just a style. What was the style name? What was the style name? This, the button I want to do, right? So I'll copy and I will comment from here. Now I'm going to comment at the field catalog level, right? The second way I'm showing you. So now if you comment for at the catalog level, now that will not come over there, right? I will show that and then I will show this one. Control V and just remove this one. Save this one. Comment this. And now you will see that there will be no any it's telling is not flat or contains reference or internal table as components or internal table as components as components. What actually it is trying to tell, the work area or internal table. So you just put here into corresponding because we have the different fields over here, right? So just I'm putting the corresponding. Activate this one, activate this and press F8. So you can see that now the push button is gone, right? So using this way, I'm just trying to do the push button. Enable now this field name for Metner I want to do, and the style is this one. Activate this, activate this. right? But this style, the style which you have created, you have to put inside this cell style, right? So what we will do, append you have to do like this, wa underscore mara hyphen cell style, right? Cell style, this should be what? So this is your internal table. So this internal table should be appended with this work area, right? So append wa underscore style to this, right? So what I'm doing basically, I'm creating the work area for the cell underscore style, and once my value is populated, I'm appending this value to the first record which I'm getting in w underscore mara, right? So the only the first record now you will be having that push button, right? So come over here and press F8, and you will see that only the first, no, it's not coming, right? So something we are missing. Yeah, we are missing that, we are not passing that uh, layout, right? In layout we have to pass, right? So while this one, just copy that parameter from there and we will pass this layout, is layout. Copy this, just go back, and here control V, is layout equals to the layout which we have defined it over here. We have to tell to the system, right? So we have to pass through the parameter. Now it should work. PT printer, check the syntax, activate this. F8, and now also it does not look like, right? So we have to debug. Let's go and see what's getting wrong. We are passing this value. This also looks good. ITFC GT underscore Mara. Okay. Can you tell me, did you get the problem what we are doing? We are putting the data into this. We are populating this one W underscore Mara. But this W underscore Mara, whatever the data you have, it should reflect in GT underscore Mara, right? Are you getting the point? Are you getting what we are doing the mistake? The W underscore Mara, here we are getting, and we are doing all these things in W underscore Mara, but the W underscore Mara data should come and reflect into GT underscore Mara, right? So how we can do that? We can use the modify GT underscore Mara from WA underscore Mara index 1. Just I'm telling explicitly that modify the first record. Check this, activate this one, activate this, and press F8. And this time you can see that it's coming, right? It's coming over here, this push button. Is it clear for everyone? You got the idea, right? Very good. So this is how for the single record but now you will tell that I want to perform the same activity only for the material type where ROH is there, right? So for that purpose, what you have to do, tell me? You have to do the looping, right? And for each record, you have to uh, uh, for each record you have to do this modify stuff, right? So what you will do that, loop at GT underscore Mara into work area, right? WA underscore Mara and end loop. And here now index 1 is not required because we are putting this modify inside the loop. So based upon its site types, it will determine its index. So not required. And in the W underscore Mara, whatever you are doing this stuff, this you have to put it over here. So comment that and put it over here. So for each record now you are going to do this, for each record you are going to this, and this you can keep it outside because this is constant matter. So why to unnecessarily consume the resources every time, right? This also, if you want, we can put it outside, right? Because this is these both are the constant. The only thing is this one. So let's see, WMRA, this is fine, modify, and if you want you can clear also W underscore Mara, just on the safer side. However, there will be no any problem if you don't clear also, but just on the safer side I want to be, and I'm clearing this and activate this one. And this time, can you tell me what will happen? All the field of the Mara table will be what? See here, all the field of the Mara table is now in the button mode. Getting the point, right? Now you want to have only the button where ROH is the material type. So how we will do? Loop at this where MTART equals to ROH, right? So this will happen only for those. And if you activate this one, activate and just run it, you can see that it is showing only for ROH. Wherever the ROH is there, it is showing for the ROH only, right? Got the idea how it is happening, right? How it's happening, you are getting the idea, correct? Now, let's suppose you tell that you are an experienced developer and you are doing like this, So if you are experienced developer, maybe you will follow the field symbol approach, right? So what we can do so that, it is modify and all, you don't have to write. That will be the benefit. So loop at, I'm just going to copy this and comment this, and the same thing you can do using the field symbol so that you don't have to write this modify statement, right? As an ABAPer, we know these things. So assigning field symbol, let's, instead of W underscore Mara, I'm just going to create the field symbol fs underscore Mara, something like this. Okay, automatically it will be declared, right? Because the inline declaration I'm using. And now this what you have to do, this fs underscore Mara, you just put it over here, or let me do one thing, remove this. So for each record you are going to do, right? For each record you are going to do. So this is fine. I think it is okay. WA, let me think. W underscore style to this cell style, it will come, and then this modify is not required, correct? So this will be your work area, correct? This will be your work area. So this work area, but one thing what you will have to do, tell me, all these things should be there, the part of the this particular field symbol, right? Let me first write and then I will make you explain. So copy the same thing, put it over here, and then fs underscore Mara, I will put it here, and fs underscore Mara. So just using the field symbol, I'm trying to show you. So this got you got this also, all right? The field name, material number, and the style, you got it. This is your cell, that's fine. And this fs underscore Mara, you will be putting it over here. That's it. Okay, looks good for me. Okay, it looks good for me. Fs underscore Mara cell style, and modify statement now not required because we are using the reference of the field symbol. Check the syntax over here. Some problem. Let's see what's the problem. Does not have the component called field name. That is true, right? That is true. WA underscore style, it should be W underscore style, it should be, right? So already we are getting this W underscore style, W underscore style. This is fine. Just some problem over here in the code. It is not the correct one. The material number and this style we want to pass, where this is. Just let me comment this. And the last field, what it is, the cell style, right? This cell style is our field name. So cell style, this is fine. And WA underscore style. Let me comment this. So simply we have to do this, nothing more, I think. Check the syntax. Yeah, now it looks good. So the same thing, just same thing. It's simple, not that much complex. So here just we are putting what? We are doing the loop on this internal table and assigning the reference of each record to the work area of type field symbol. Okay. And whenever this will satisfy this condition for that material type, it will come over here, and W underscore style, it will assign to the FS Mara cell style, right? And automatically this value will be populated into this internal table, because this is the field symbol. So you don't have to write the modify statement, right? Activate this and press F8. And you can see that it's working fine, right? It's working fine. So now looks good. Now one thing, if you want to do the coloring, so for coloring at the field catalog level also you can do directly. So let's suppose if you want to color the MTART material type, or maybe material group, if you want to color, so here you will get the option to do the color. So color ID, color option, that is okay. Here actually you will be having one option, intensified. Just I'm looking for that option. Okay, just give me a moment. Let's search over here. One option will be there. Emphasize, I think. For the color we have the emphasize, I believe. Let's give a try. Okay, and here how it will come. See color code, let's suppose 5, and then you have the inverse, and then you are having intensification. So here 1 and 0. I will explain this one. First, let me see if this is the correct one or not. Check the syntax. So for coloring, if you want to set the color for material group entirely, this is what we can do. Yeah, you can see that it's working. The color for material group, if you want to do, this is how we have to do for entire material group. Okay. So C stands for color. 5 is the color code. 1 is for either it is intensified or not, and the means this will be something like this, C X Y Z. Okay, so C is for color, X is for color code, and Y is for intensified or not, and Z is for inverse. In more detail, if you want to see what you can do, go to SE37 and reuse LV grid display. Okay, come here and go to the documentation, or you can search on the Google. Okay, go to the function module documentation, and here you will get the option for coloring also. In the traditional function module also that option is there. So search for field catalog. Okay, search here for field catalog. This field catalog. Okay, click on this field catalog, and this here you will be having for the color field name somewhere. Just keep here you can see that emphasize. Okay, highlight column in color. Emphasize means, so for all documentation you will find over here, you know. So for emphasize you are having, where it is gone, see, do underscore sum, right? If you want to do the calculation here. Okay, so emphasize, so cxyz, in this value can be, emphasize value can be either a space or capital X or cxyz, where X value will vary between 1 to 9. Okay, Y or Z can be either 0 or 1. 0 means off, 1 means on. Okay, X means the column is highlighted in the default color for color highlighting. So if you simply pass the capital X, the meaning of that means it will take the default color. If you want to give your own custom color, you have to pass in CXYZ. C means color, coding must start with C. X means color number, Y means intensified, and Z means inverse. Okay, what's the meaning of intensified and inverse? Intensified means it will be highlighted. Okay, inverse means the background color will be inverse as a text color, right? Something like that. Let me show you in practical, then it will make more sense. Okay, so go here, and now 510, I'm doing it over here, make it 511, and see how it is displaying the data. You know, you can see that 511, it is displaying like that. And you can put into 510 or 501, different combination you can check, but this is your color one. This 100011, this you can change and test how it is looking like. So you got the idea. C you have to start with, and 5 is whatever you will give the first digit that will represent your color, and this can be from 1 to 9. Okay, so you can use here maybe 4, and if you give the 4, press F8, let it get activated, and then we'll press F8. You can see, right? But now the question comes, if you don't want to highlight all the color, all the field, sorry, all the cell of that particular field, then how to do? Then again you have to do in the same way. There is one more attribute you have to add it over here. You can give the name of the attribute any custom name. I'm just going to give some meaningful name. Cell color type LVC. This you will have to remember, or you have to simply Google it out. Okay, and get it from some sample program. Okay, cell color type LVC underscore T underscore SCOL, or I have put in this PPT also. Here, if you just go through, I have put all those important, see, cell style and cell color I have put, so you can refer this PPT also. Whatever way you find easy, you can do. So cell color LVC T underscore SCOL, and the cell color, if you just go and check it out over here, it is again a table type. Okay, table type, see, and it is having the line type, this one. Field name, color, these two options. Again, the color is having the component of this structure, right? See here, color, intensified, inverse. So you have to prepare the internal table, and then you have to populate, right? So you have this structure, right? And another structure is what? You have this structure, and then, right? So it is fine. And this is your table type, LVC T underscore SCOL. So now the question comes, how you are going to, you know, how you are going to populate the cell color, correct? How you are going to populate the cell color. And in a style name also, you have to tell to the system that this particular field you are using for the cell color. Okay, so come over here, Control D, and give this as a cell color. Control C, Control V, Control U, so that it will become capital. And here the attribute is difference. Let's search that attribute, something related with color. I have to look into that attribute. C tab F name, I believe. C tab field name. Yeah, C tab field name, it is C tab color tab name. Okay, so now this is done. In layout, we have to tell to the system that this particular field is representing my color. And now let's go and populate. So one work area again you will have to declare. So come over here, and one work area I will require. WA underscore color. I will put cell color. Okay, cell color type. What? This. No. This is your table type, right? So first we declare one internal table. Let's IT or GT underscore cell color type, this one. So first I'm declaring one internal table, right? And then one work area, like line of GT underscore cell color. See, fine, it's good. And one more work area, WA underscore cell so see, this is the work area for this internal table, right? And then for each cell, I have shown you for each cell how it was there. It was like this, right? It is having one color attribute of type this one, right? So copy this, just go back and GT cell color. Let me put like this, a record, okay? So that I will be able to differentiate record and cell. Now cell color type, right? Looks good now. Okay, looks good now. And here you just come WA underscore cell underscore color hyphen color. Let's suppose you want to display maybe 5. Okay, and now you can remove that field catalog one, because field catalog is giving completely on all the field. I don't want to do this. I want to put the color on a specific cell. So for that purpose, actually at the record level, I'm willing to do. So cell underscore color. This intensified you can use. This is not that much important. Okay, this intensified and inverse stuff you can ignore also. It will take the default one, equals to 0, right? So simply number will also work, right? Not required to put into the single quotes. You can check it the data type, and accordingly you can decide you want to put into single quote or double quote. However, intercompatible, right? Character and integer. If you put into single quote also, let's suppose if it is the integer data type, it will be typecasted into integer data type automatically. It will not create a problem. Okay, that's what basically I'm trying to tell. So you got this one, and now this value you have to append into where? At the record level, right? W cell color to what color, right? What it is, like line of GT cell color we are using, right? It is color attribute. I remember color attribute, right? Check the syntax. No, some problem is there. The field is unknown, but there is a field GT cell color record. Okay, so you use this one, and that's why it was not populating. Okay, now if you see, it will populate. Yeah, you can see that color is coming. Check this. So color we have populated. Color is not an internal table. It's telling color is not an internal table. So fine. If it is not an internal table, not a problem. I will assign the value like this. Okay, so now this is okay. And now what you got over here, WSL underscore color record. This is having some another parameter also. Control space field name, right? Field name you can give for which field MATKL you want to do, right? MATKL. So dynamically you can populate this field name based upon the condition and all those things, right? So here, because I'm taking this as a constant, right? So here outside we are keeping it, and now it looks good, right? And this value WSL color record, this we can append now these two over here. Cell color. That's it. Okay, that's it. So petty printer, check the syntax and activate this one, and only for the ROH record type, that particular material group will be, you know, means colored, right? You can see that for ROH, this is getting colored, right? So at cell level, if you want to control the coloring, this is how you have to do. You understood, right? If you understood, just type yes, you understood. So how to set color, this is also done. Making hotspot, very simple. In the same way we'll have to do. So take this as an assignment. At the field catalog level, it's very easy to do. Let's suppose for the material type I want to make the hotspot. Okay, so here WA underscore FC hyphen, you will get one hotspot option. Hotspot equals to ABAP true. ABAP true or simple X, you can pass it. PT printer, check this. So at the field catalog level, if you do, it will be there for entire, you know, this thing, entire field. You can see that underscore like that, it's coming. And if you put the cursor, this is what it is, hotspot, right? This is known as hotspot. For the cursor, it is showing like this. So it will look like that. If you single click over there, it will take you something. So hotspot, and there is an event also in the CLGUI ALV grid for hotspot handling that you can use, okay, to handle the hotspot behavior. Let me show you. So there are so many things, you know, but this is the basic stuff. If you know, then you will be able to so you know how to handle the event and all. So hotspot, if you search, see hotspot, click this event, you can define and you can handle in the program. So that if you click on this particular ROH, let's suppose if you click on this ROH, the corresponding material, or maybe if you click on this ROH, something on this ROH, the corresponding material should be displayed in MM03 transaction, something like that. if you have to do. So simply you can define one local class for event handler method and set the parameter, and then the call transaction mm03 automatically it is going to do. So I'll be giving this as an assignment. Try completing that assignment. All right. What else we have over here? Set the color making hotspot. And again, like the hotspot also, if you want to do it dynamically, then I think that is also possible. Hey, see here, MC style hotspot, right? So whatever the style you can see here, see you have couple of style, this style, all you can set at the cell level, because all this style is the part of this style, this cell style. Okay, all those style you can use over here. So the way I have done, in the same way you have to do it. Okay, so I'll be sharing the assignment today, and the team will be also sharing the assignment with you. Try doing that assignment, and if you have any question, please go ahead and ask the question. Okay, you can unmute yourself. I have unmuted your line, and you can go ahead and ask.
Pankaj.
Yeah, Raj. Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday we had a problem and you fixed it today by explaining the set table for display or the free of the memory, what you are trying to do.
Right.
How do we know? My question is, we can search for how do we display using classes and ALV.
See how I did. I'm telling. In my case, I had already taken this class earlier also, so I was having some sample program ready. I just went and compared what I'm doing the wrong,
True, correct.
So that way I did. Other way I could have done, if I was not having that particular program ready, I have simply done doing the Googling that why something like that. I yesterday also, I think I have searched in front of you, maybe here, like that. Uh, in ALV grid, ABAP ALV grid, data is not refreshing in event, something like that. Data is not.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you search it, they will understand. Google is very smart. ABAP ALV grid data is not refreshing in event or on click event, something like that. Click event. See, double click in ALV grid not refreshing until I click elsewhere. They are having some other problem, right? So just like that, we have to check, and if we find some relevance, and we will find, because that kind of issue will get many people. Most of the issue, 99% of the issue is already faced by some other people, and that we can take help of. So here, how do you refresh LV grid in SAP? Maybe you can go and check it. So like, just we have to do some Google, some our own research, and some our old experience, and whatever we know based upon that, so like that. So for me, it took around, again, it took like half an hour. Even I was having the program ready and all, I have to check it out, each thing, and so like that, if something we miss or forget, again we have to do the Google and all. And that's how I came to know. And I found there are two ways. One way which I was using in my program, and another way through the Google. This free stuff which I've shown you today, this I found from the Google, that in somewhere or in some blog, or I think somewhere in SCN itself, they were telling that we can use the free. And what I did, I tried with the free, and it started working fine, right? So like that I did. Okay, so anyone else is having any other question, please feel free to ask. I believe there is no question. Please try to complete the assignment, and tomorrow we will see the CL_Salvi_ table. Okay, the another ALV object model, and day after tomorrow we are going to have the quiz. So get ready for the quiz. I'm going to ask the different types of questions from the object-oriented programming, and you have to give the answer. Okay.
So this Friday is going to be the last session, Pankaj, or we
Yeah,
will
yeah,
have one
yeah.
extra class of the one which we missed last week. Nothing is there.
No, nothing is there. If
Okay.
something is required, just let me know. I will, because all those topics I have covered. Okay.
Okay.
If required some extra classes also, I'm there. I will take the
No,
extra
no, no. I mean,
classes.
see, that was the. I'm
No,
not
I got your
asking you to
point.
take.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not
One
asking
class.
to
Yeah,
you.
we just missed, and
Yeah, I was just
mm.
thinking that are we
No,
going to
I have
miss something
covered.
which you
No,
wanted to teach?
yeah, I have covered
Absolutely
all
fine.
those topics. Basically, I have covered.
Okay.
Because if you can see that our class is generally 1 hour and 15 minutes. Every
Correct,
time we
correct,
are
correct.
taking some extra time. No, so
Yeah, yeah.
there actually we were able to cover.
No, I'm not at all asking you to take Pankaj. Sorry if I have put it in a wrong
No,
way.
no,
I was just concerned
nothing,
that
nothing like that.
are
Nothing
we
like
going
that.
to
It
miss?
is
Yeah,
obvious, right? One class we are
yeah,
not having, so it is obvious.
yeah.
Like your question is genuine question.
Okay.
No, still, like if you want something to cover, I'm having the videos and all. If you go to my website over here, the complete. If you want to learn the design patterns and all, I will be sharing. However, by the way,
Okay.
so here you can get it all those things. If you can want like on some specific topic, maybe. So you just go on my YouTube channel also, you'll get a lot of many stuff over there for the interview questions and answer, like very well covered. See all the interview questions and answer, right? You'll get it. So
Okay. And you are
just go and
teaching
check.
the S4
Okay.
HANA as well, or only Upsala?
Here you will get everything, your question is.
I mean, are you teaching ABAP on HANA as a separate session as well, or?
Yeah, ABAP on HANA also, we are planning,
Okay, okay. So you
yeah.
have not yet started any of those stuff.
No, I used to teach the ABAP on HANA, but here with SAP Yard also I'm planning.
Okay, okay, okay.
We
So do
together we are
you?
planning to have, yes. I individually
Okay,
also
okay,
used to teach, but here we are doing the collaboration together.
okay,
So here also we are planning to do. Okay.
okay, okay. Gotcha.
What
Fine.
is the next subject that is going to be taught within the next month or so, or next few months? Do you have
Next
any
month
idea?
we are thinking to start this ABAP on HANA.
Hello.
Okay, so
Yeah.
next month like that we are thinking to start. Still
Yeah,
like.
I'll join in 1 minute. Yeah, I'll join in a minute. I'm taking some sessions, so just give me right. Or I have sent few requirement profiles. Just check that out. Huh?
Regarding. Sorry, Madhu, you are talking to me or you are talking to somewhere else? I think he's talking somewhere
Yeah.
else.
So sorry,
No
sorry.
problem.
I wanted to talk on here, but I got a call. I have to take some interviews outside. So,
Okay.
sorry.
No
The only
problem.
question I have is maybe in the next class sometime can you cover how to especially